right? So this is the entire story, and this is the reason I want to make this video and discuss a few things with you. I think yesterday you must have seen already that a lockdown was announced. And of course, like this is like not really common for such a big country, and taking care of this entire thing is of course going to be difficult. But like this was definitely something which was needed right now. Nah? Um, and it's nice. I think like the only thing that is missing from this is like just talking a bit more about like how the government would be able to support like the daily wagers, the small businesses who are like relying on people coming to their businesses and buying things, because the last thing you need when the entire thing is gone is like to have your economy in shambles. This is the reason like what Germany did was the first thing that they were trying to figure out is that how exactly are we going to kind of make sure that the German economy stays on track once everything is done, right? And I think this is like really important. So I want to discuss a few things about like how exactly you can like keep yourself employable. That is like really important, because no matter what happens, like companies are always looking for good employees. Maybe in some time they are looking like, maybe are looking a bit less for that, and sometimes they are looking more. No, there's this indicator called Beschäftigungsbarometer. So this pretty much tracks how exactly are the companies looking for employment. Are they looking for employment at all, or like what is the entire story? So if you can read German, of course, like that's perfect. You can like take a look here. But otherwise, I'll just read it out to you. The German companies are clearly very conservative for the search of new colleagues. Das IFO, like this IFO Beschäftigungsbarometer. Beschäftigung is like your employment barometer. Is in like went down in February on to 98.1 points. Instead, like from 99.6 points in January. So what the entire story is, like they were like really planning that the German companies are going to keep on looking more and more about different kind of like employees and so on. And they're saying like this is the biggest like downturn in this index from December of 2008, when the entire like big crisis happened in US, and like it just went around and like happened, like kind of affected a lot of different countries. This is the entire story. Like around 2017 and 18, like it was like really high, where like most of the companies are like really looking for more employees, and they're trying to expand, and they're trying to like seeing that they would be able to like open more branches and also like invite more people inside. If you would take a look at the this Make It in Germany YouTube channel, which is like from the German government, you would see like they recently, like I think 3 weeks back, they uploaded a video about the new immigration act that got passed in Germany, so that they're able to like call more immigrants to Germany so that they can give them work and stuff. But right now, like it has like really gone down, and it is like it's planned to go down even further. So that is the entire story. And again, like this is like one of the biggest drops since 2008. The entire story. Okay, so another interesting question, and I think this is important to address. Should we go to Europe for further study at this moment? So really important thing, and also like something that kind of like pisses me off many a times. Not your fault, Nikhil, at all. The problem with this question is that like it kind of like aims that maybe like it is only going to be Europe or only US or only UK which is going to be affected by this. But like trust me on this, every single country is going to be massively screwed up. And especially those countries which are not taking care of their small businesses. Because imagine one thing, if they are not able to take care of the bottom line of their like country's economy, of the sole proprietors, of your Kiryana shops, of your like local vegetable vendors and all of these things, it is going to be a massive pain afterwards in order to like bring this confidence in people to like kind of spend their money again. And all it needs for a recession to really destroy a country is that people lose the faith in the country, in terms of we don't know if our money is going to be safe. We don't know if we are going to get the next salary. And this is going to happen a lot. A lot of people are like trying to like kind of like misunderstand this, but like, really remember that this is going to affect everywhere. This was like, from times of India, this entire like lockdown story, and like, yes, like it looked really nice in the starting, and there was like I think 1,500 crore rupees of like package for health workers and stuff, but like there was nothing discussed yet about what the entire story is for the small businesses, for companies, how much they're going to be able to pay them, and so on. So that's like really important, and this is like what the world media has been like screaming about right now. Like analyst party anticipates worst financial crisis since 1929, amid fears of global recession, and global economy will suffer for years to come, says OECD. And then I think this is the most like kind of balanced one. IMF sees global recession in 2020 and recovery in 2021. Now, and in India, like it was already like looking not so nice. Like it was like around like 4.5 was expected, and that is going to like go even further. So that is going to be some like massive screw up there too, and like in everywhere. So don't think like because you're going to be in one single country, like you're going to be safe from that. No. It's going to hit everything, right? But there are a few things that you can do to kind of like understand like how you can still stay employable, because like at the end that is the entire story. Now I see some just a second, I'll put this like big chat box here so that we can all have the just a second. Yeah, right. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about the German language part too. So, Shashank is asking, okay, so in current scenario, what can we do so that whenever things get normal, we can look for admissions? How can we utilize this time fruitfully? Exactly, Shashank. That's the topic of this video, and I'm going to like go further on this. Misha is asking, during the crisis, what should one do? Go for study or work where you live? So exactly, like this is the point of the entire video, and I'm going to go further in that. Nah? Towards then, like we're going to like discuss these things, right? And all of the kind of like news outlets, they're not saying it like without any reason whatsoever. If you look in the 5-year like span, like it has been the biggest drop for like Dow Jones, which is again a nice indicator of like the largest 30 companies listed on the United States Stock Exchange. And if you look at S&P 500, which is like for 500 different companies, even then the drop is like really serious. And in the maximum this timeline, it is from 1980 till like 2020. Even then it looks like kind of like really serious. So this is going to be something which is going to affect a lot of people, and like that is definitely for sure. What a lot of like students have, not students, but a lot of like people who are like kind of serious about making like most out of this scenario is doing is really understanding like how to invest in the stock market, because everything that you can see, that is everything that is listed right now on the stock exchange, everything is really cheap, and like you're able to get them very cheap, and then when the prices go up, you're able to like kind of ride that wave and like just have positives of this entire scenario. For example, I bought like I think around 34 stocks from Core MSCI World, which was like around 58 euros back in February 24th. But right now, if you like see, you can buy 48, so like you can buy additional 14 stocks completely for free. So if you want to learn more about business and finance and stuff, you can come to the channel called Brand Device, where I'm going to go live after this video and like discuss more about like how you can start investing in Germany and so on. And that is like, of course, one of the more important things that you can take a look at. Now Suryakanta is saying, I think it would start to improve once investors pump money into it. Yeah, that's true. But here's the issue with that. Like not just the investors, but the government is also like printing more money. And as soon as the government starts printing more money, what happens is like you are going to have a situation like Zimbabwe, where like you're having $1 billion bills or something like that, and like essentially the purchasing power of the money is going to go down. And this is like one of the like negative effects of this entire scenario when the governments come in and they try to like help out the companies. Like things essentially become more expensive because there's just more money floating around. So this is something you have to be like kind of like really serious about, that if you let your money lie in your bank accounts right now, it is just going to like lose massive value at this moment. Now, so this is like very serious time to like kind of understand where your money is safe and like how much to keep in cash and how much to leave in the bank and how much to invest. All of these things are really important. Let me pick up the question from Junaid. He has been asking, my visa is ending on 16th April, and since I'm in India at the present, so I'm unable to contact the Ausländersbehörde. I wrote them an email regarding my issue, but did not receive any solution from them yet. So, Junaid, in that case, what you would be able to do is you would be able to apply for a Vida Einreisevisum. So like this happens when like you had a visa but like you were not able to travel for one reason or the other, and this visa has to be applied then in the local German mission. Mandar is saying Bitcoin is better than stocks as it can be insanely profitable because of its huge jumps. Yeah, but like I'm not really like into having a lot of like volatility in that kind of scenarios. You can also like invest in gold right now. That is also going to have like massive jumps in this like short period. But like I'm taking a timeline of around like 10 or 15 years. So I want it to like steadily grow up. Yeah. Now, this entire story about like, still staying employable and kind of like utilizing your time properly when you're at home is all about like what kind of other, let's say, skills you want to invest in. And there are a lot of different kind of opportunities right now. Just remember that no matter what happens, now, like no matter like if the economy like completely screws up, if there are like no jobs available whatsoever, there are still going to be people who are always looking for the best. If you're the best in your field, if you have a good idea of your subject, if you have a good practical knowledge, if you're kind of able to understand like how you want to, like how you can bring value to the company and how you can solve their problems, that is all which is needed in order for somebody to hire you. Like I'm like right now really surprised that many people are getting hired at all, because the employability, this index is like really at an all-time low. And whatever these aids that the government has given to these companies, like there's now another clause which got kicked in, that like only the companies whose existence is being threatened by this entire coronavirus situation, only they will be getting the benefits. So like still, no matter what happens, there are going to be a lot of people who will take this entire scenario very, very conservatively and not hire for a long time now. But you have to be the best. You have to keep building your skills. You have to keep taking on some kind of subjects here and there, so that once this entire scenario is done, and like the students who even start studying right now, till the time you're like graduating with your studies, you will be completely fine. There's not going to be a recession at that time. Like the economy is going to like go up then. Karthik is asking, is there any demat account type which is required for investment in Germany? Karthik, all of that I'm going to discuss in this video. Nah? Yeah, Mandar, that's also a good idea. I'll think about it. But for other, for example, Karthik, like if you want to like learn more about like investing and stuff and where to start, at least like opening a depot in Germany and so on, like you can come and check out this channel. Regarding the students who are like planning on finishing their masters and like really thinking about staying in Germany and working here in the longer run, you should be really browsing through all of the online courses which are available, which are in some kind of collaboration with other universities. Like maybe having like these independent let's say course creators would not help you out, because like the validity of that is not going to be like it's not going to be that authentic for the universities. But what is like definitely interesting is these edX courses. If you take a look here, like you will have your most popular courses like Python basics for data science, analyzing data with Python, and then afterwards you also have like engineering courses like dynamics and control, robotics foundation. Like take a look at that. And like if you find some universities in which you're going to study afterwards anyways, for example, you have like TU Munich and stuff. If they have like, I think TU Munich has some courses here on edX. So like just take a look at them. Like, sometimes this is going to be like really helpful for you, because even right now when like everything is kind of getting screwed up, like you're still kind of focused, you're still like, doing something on the side, you're still learning things. Nicola is asking, hey Bharat, but students who are residing in India, then what they should do, as I will be going in winter 2020, so should we invest in German market as I'm not earning? Nickel, like then you cannot invest anyways right now. I mean, you can invest in the index funds, but like you would be investing from the demat account in India. So this wouldn't really benefit you that much if you're like, in Germany, because like the trading that you would do from India is still going to be in INR. And here, like you would be doing it directly in euro. So like another risk factor of the conversion from INR to this euro is going to be eliminated once you're doing the entire investing scenario here. So you can do it here, and like you can just start with like 50 euros or 25 euros or something. That's not bad at all. So Bharat is asking, I got the confirmation for summer semester, but I didn't submit my visa for stamping. If my university extend my enrollment for winter session, then can I submit my passport for stamping with this? I got the visa confirmation. Okay. No, then you will have to apply for the visa like completely new again, Bharat. Shravan is asking about, I have a plan to do MBA in Mannheim Business School. Do you think this is not a good decision to migrate for higher studies and job in Germany? I don't think so. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is like you should really be kind of, focused on whatever field you are going to be studying in, because this is going to be massively helpful for you afterwards once this like recession is in its like full, let's say, glory. People are always going to need the best people in every single field. And it is not going to be something which just hits Germany or just hits France or just hits like UK or US or something like that. It is going to be a massive screw up for the global economy. So like even if you decide to stay in India, like, it doesn't really matter. Like there it is going to be like even worse, if not more, because like with the excise duty hike and like with the GST increase and like some products, that's not going to look nice either. Like Germany is still an option. It's still a good option. It will stay a good option, at least like for the foreseeable future. Vinil is asking, what is the minimum amount required for investing? So like minimum per month, like you can have 25 euros. I think like that's a good amount you can start investing with. Right. So definitely take a look at your edX programs. You can take a look at Udemy. Maybe like, you find some interesting courses there. Because I was like just going through the entire scenario here, and I saw a lot of like courses listed from the German universities on edX. So maybe this is a nice platform you can start with. If you take a look at these institutional partners, you will also find like there are a lot of like German universities. For example, you have this RWTH Aachen, you have the Netherlands University TU Delft, you have IIT Bombay, and a lot of like different universities which are having their courses online. So definitely take a look at that. Another thing you should absolutely be doing right now is like focusing more and more on German. Like whatever kind of like, if not German, like any kind of like foreign language that you want to learn. Like I'm learning Danish right now because like I have to. And this is a very nice time to kind of like sit back and just think more about what kind of extra skills you can add in your entire CV. For me, like I already know German, I know English, I know Hindi, right? Like other people also had Urdu, Punjabi, Sanskrit and blah blah blah, but doesn't really like kind of it's still not like foreign languages for me if I like kind of try to make the list longer by saying all these things, right? German, English, Hindi, that's 3. And afterwards I want to like now focus on Danish, or maybe like there's some other student who wants to like focus on Japanese or Chinese or whatsoever. Do that. But like right now you should be really doubling down and thinking seriously about what kind of skills you want to build. And foreign languages is something which is always going to be in, you know, like this is going to be something which you will always be able to benefit from, so you should take it rather seriously. Now, so like you can maybe have German, like I have on Duolingo my German tree, which I already completed like long back. Yeah, my I think this is a new one. Yeah, but like my German tree is complete. You can do the same, you know, like at least to start learning German you can start completely free. That is not a problem at all. You can start free, you can start learning German language on Duolingo. Then afterwards, once you get more serious, you can take a look at Onlayer. Now, Onlayer is another completely free library, an online library where you can find a lot of like different kind of resources for reading books, watching movies, listening to music, all of that completely for free, right? So this is another thing that you could be like taking a look at if you want to take this seriously. Because if you're planning to come to Germany, like investing in the German language is going to be massively important. And this is only going to build your entire skill set. Then you could even be preferred more than the other German employees. And the main reason for that is like, you know English better, you know German better, and you have a lot of like international experience. Nippon, spam is really not appreciated. Nah. Arjun, the visa has been issued for summer semester. If we do not go for this semester, what will happen to this visa, and how to apply for visa fresh again? Like, yeah, you have to like start completely new. And can you share information on how to invest with 50 euros per month? Vinny, like I said, all of that information is going to be directly shared on Brand Device. I'm not going to like discuss investing on this one, on Bharat and Germany. It doesn't really just fit the entire team. Alright, I'm going to put Nippon in timeout. Yeah. I received admit confirmation for Vice 2021. Considering the dynamics of the current situation, what should be the best time to apply for student visa? Does it make sense to apply a little late? I definitely think so, Dhananjay. Like, I think it would make a lot more sense to like apply a bit later and not right now. And even like once the entire lockdown story is gone, you know, like after, let's say, after 14th April, or after like whatever the last week of April is, or like the second last week, after that time, like you can think about like, you know, applying again. The numbers in Germany are still like, you know, going less. Like they reached their peak, and now it's still like getting lesser and lesser, and like till the time you come here, there's going to be a proper system for things. So don't be worried about it for the longer run. It is going to hit every single country. Like, the one thing that like disturbs me the most is like when people think, hey, we are going to India, or like we're in India and the numbers are really less right now. It is going to hit everywhere. Now we still see like people going out and stuff, and like no matter like which country like you're staying in, it is going to hit all of those countries. So it's like better to remember these things for the longer run and see like where you want to go. Now, Suryakant is saying also Discord helps a lot. There's a Discord server which has almost 15k plus German learners and around 2k plus ready native German speakers who are always ready to chat and voice chat in real time, all for free. That's really nice. Like, you know, this is another thing that you can take a look at. Right, so Onlayer was another resource that I was talking about. Then if you want to take a look at the Goethe Institute courses, like definitely, you know, go for it if you feel like you have the financial resources. Because Goethe University courses, they are a bit expensive. Nah? Thanks, Abhimanyu. Yeah. So then we have Language Pantheon. And Language Pantheon actually has been receiving a lot of like good, reviews from a lot of different people. Especially like the students who are already in the big academy, and they are like maybe around the, New Delhi region, and also like now they have started online courses. So I would like definitely suggest that you just like maybe drop them an email, or like maybe just like, you know, kind of like write to them and like ask them if you're like interested, because this is going to be still one of the fastest way that you could learn German. Like they're teaching German like one level every single month, right? So like definitely take a look at that too. And then afterwards you have like courses that you can find on my website. And one course which is like, you know, also very interesting is Michael's like A1 to B1 course. And then you have like 10% coupon discount if you go through the link here. So that is also something interesting. Plus, because I definitely see there is going to be a massive surge in the students who are like planning to come to Germany in winter semester. If you want to prepare seriously about it, you can like check out my course, which is the complete course for studying in Germany, and like just get the proper guidance, because oh boy, like I've seen so many like people kind of like sharing nonsense information. They're like still like telling you something, and then afterwards they're still trying to push you for completely private institutions, and they're still charging you money for that. Like, and the issue with that is like they're anyways receiving like around 1,000 or 2,000 euros affiliate commission from these private institutions, so it doesn't make sense that they take money from you at all. Whereas for public universities, they don't pay anybody. And I'm also like supporting students in trying to make the best decision for themselves, so this is the entire story. So like you can also like take a look there. Maybe that will help you out, because this entire scenario is going to be a bit complicated, and then there's going to be like more students coming in for the winter semester, so it's better that you prepare for this in the starting already. So Asad is asking how to make our money in bank secured. We do not have knowledge about the shares. This is very short time to learn in this epidemic. So Asad, if you're already in Germany, like remember that all of the German banks are secured up to 100,000 euros. And if like the bank goes bankrupt, you are going to get that 100,000 euros within 7 days. And like this is the guarantee that the German government gives, and this is also the reason why like banks have to get the licenses, and they have to get like approved from the German state. So if you don't have more than 100,000 euros in your bank account, then like it's nothing to worry about. If you have more than 100,000 euros in your bank account, I would say like open a separate bank account and like park whatever like money you have above 100,000 in the other bank account, which is also then being insured by the German state, that the money is insured up to 100,000 euros. And this entire story about investing and stuff, it's really not difficult. And this is the reason I'm having the live session today. Like you can join in the live session today on Brandewise about like basics of investing in Germany, and everything you need to know to start investing right away. This is like the topic of today on Brandewise. So you can like take a look there if you're in Germany. If you're in India, like that channel maybe is not like very helpful for you. Because like you still need the German address to like start investing in Germany. Right. So then we have Awais Khan is asking, is that a good time to apply for appointment, because it takes like 12 months from Pakistan? Awais, like if that is the story, then you should be like applying for the appointments, and like try to have them around July, not even July, let's say like in the month of August. I think August is the best month like you could have these kind of appointments and like visa appointments in. Rudravrit is asking, hi Bharat, do you think in the near future the public universities are going to introduce tuition fees to make up for the economic breakdown? It is possible, Rudravrit, but the thing is like free education has been like one of the core beliefs of the German culture. And this is the reason, like, if they do it, like, that is going to be, like, very desperate measures. Like, they're going to, like, avoid doing it as long as possible. And even if that happens, even if, like, they start introducing the public tuition fee and stuff, like, you're still studying in Germany. And, like, wherever you go afterwards or whatever country you start doing your job in, like, German education is always, like, really well respected there. Germany had been doing the best. It is, I think, like, still doing the best in Europe. The death rates are like horribly low in Germany if you take a look at the entire scenario. Look at the Worldometer Germany story. Now you have 34,000 cases and the death rate is just 5%. Can you believe that? And let me show you the other countries now. So we click on countries and we will just compare the death rate. And the reason for this is because, like, again, a lot of people like kind of like start discussing about this too. And it is nice. I mean, you should definitely discuss about these things. The reason for the low death rate is that Germany has a lot of hospital beds. And if you like take a look at the hospital beds per 10,000 population or something like that, you take a look at this number and you will realize like how well prepared actually Germany has been this entire time. Like you're having in Germany's on fourth number, like in terms of how many these hospital beds are available per 1,000 people. Now you look at the same story in Spain, of death rate is 40%, and you take a look in Germany, it's just 5%, which is like crazy insane. Let's take a look at Italy, and I bet like it is going to be worse too. Italy is 45%. So far we have looked at Italy, which has a death rate of 45%. We have taken a look at Germany, which has a death rate of 5%, and whereas Spain has 39%. So Germany is going to recover from this just fine, and like it is still going to do the best in the Europe. Like I think like there is not going to be a European Union without Germany, So if you like decide to come to Germany, it's still not a bad thing at all. Now, just a second, we had a question from Shashwat. In order to enroll in your course, is there any way one can enroll from country like Nepal? I tried to enroll, but my country doesn't provide any international payment. Yeah, Shashwat, then I don't know, like then I would be able to like issue an official invoice, and then like you would also be able to use TransferWise or any kind of like other, how do I say, TransferWise or any kind of other these transfer stories to like enroll in the course. That's also possible. Krunal is asking, is this the right time to invest in masters? I absolutely think so. Trust me, like the thing is, whenever there is any kind of economic downturn, or whenever like the entire world economy is screwing up, things are going down, that is the right time to be investing in yourself, to be investing in your stocks and all of the things around it. Like wherever you were previously kind of not sure, like if you want to invest here or something like that, you should be like taking massive risks in these times, but again with some part of your money and not with your entire money. Like you should be investing in your skills, you should be investing in learning German, you should be like really be serious about going to language classes, maybe online. That works best. Language Pantheon also like gives online classes. Duolingo, like you can also learn online. If you're like going to online, you can also learn online. All of that is completely possible. So like just take a look at that. And like keep faith. Like Germany is going to like come out completely fine on the other end, and mainly because they are able to offer the hospital beds as soon as possible. As soon as somebody is like sick and they're like not doing so well, they're able to offer it, and like then you can do that. Alright, so like that's it for today. If you have any kind of questions whatsoever, like you can drop in on my website. You can like check out the blog and stuff. There are also like appointments that I offer, which you can take a look at. Like for that, you just have to come here on the bottom right side, and you can like click on, do you have any questions? You click on that, and then you can like get an appointment for like 30 minutes or 60 minutes, whatever fits the best. Because right now you should be like really planning about these things. You should really be thinking about where you want to like take your career after 6 months or 3 months or something, because all of this corona story, it is going to go over, but you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your skills, you have to invest in courses, you have to like learn more things, and that is like really important. Once you do that, everything else is going to be just fine. Stay safe, guys, and take care of yourself. It's super important, and I'll see you in some other video then. Bye.